Hey guys, Franco here. We're at the Weil-McLain booth in the AHR Expo 2026, the largest heating and cooling exhibition in the country. We're going to be taking a look at the Weil-McLain products. I'm a residential contractor in Chicago, and there's a lot of boiler homes. I'm here with Jim. Jim, thank you for having us.
Sure, thank you for coming.
So tell me a little bit about Weil-McLain. We know it's a good product. Customers like you, and I'd like you to tell me a little bit about your company.
Sure, Weil-McLain is a 145-year-old company based in Michigan City, Indiana. That's where our foundry is, and we've been doing boilers for a very long time. Very efficient, on the cutting edge.
And if I'm not mistaken, you're one of the few companies that actually cast your heat exchangers here in the United States?
Correct, yeah. We cast in Michigan City, Indiana. The foundry's been there since 1918.
To actually melt your own metal and make most of your own stuff.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing.
Yep.
So
very
let's
cool process.
let's take a look at a couple of the options that we have with Weil-McLain. One, how is this different from your standard cast iron boiler single stage? This is a modulating boiler, right?
Correct. It is a it's a stainless steel vertical fire tube heat exchanger. It modulates so it saves the user fuel, and it's a high efficiency so that you can get the best out of both.
So this one's pretty big. I can give it a hug. This is probably the larger sizes, but the residential ones that are 100,000 BTUs to 100 are a little bit more compact, right?
Yeah, it's much more compact and hang them on the wall.
Yeah, these ones are for residential, 95% efficient, so they qualify for utility rebates in our market, which
Correct.
is pretty cool.
Yep.
Helps a little bit, but when it comes to comfort and modulating, I know it saves money, but what I always say is, correct me if you agree, it's modulating means this boiler, instead of most people have these traditional boilers, single stages, either on and off. So you try to use in spring and fall when you need a little bit of heat, and that's where the boiler lacks. It's too hot. It feels like a sauna.
Right.
This thing, it can adjust the amount of heat it puts into the water and how much hot water it circulates in basically 1% increments based on outdoor temperature and whatever the homeowner set the thermostat, right?
Correct. Outdoor temperature is what drives this boiler, and comfort heat inside the home. The thermostat will control that, but this will save money while looking at outdoor temperature.
So we could say, in short, it's a lot more cozy experience. It's like
Very
smooth
cozy.
heating, no fluctuations, kind of room-to-room feel more equal, especially if you have multiple zones.
100%.
If only one zone is calling, the boiler is going to respond with much less capacity.
Much less capacity instead of on.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
And I know there is another one around the corner. We'll take a look in a minute. That's the EcoTech. What makes the Evergreen special? This is, I think, it's one of the most heavy-duty boilers in the industry.
It is. It's the heat exchange, stainless steel heat exchanger is made out of 3/16 stainless steel, heaviest in the industry, and gives you worldwide protection of the heat exchanger for a long life for the homeowner.
That's awesome, because one concern for some people is these boilers, more technology, more efficiency. Heat exchanger might be a little bit more sensitive. Weil-McLain put a lot into the design and manufacturing of that heat exchanger.
Yes, absolutely.
That's pretty awesome. This also saves a lot of space. Maybe not this one, that's a big boy, but it can be mounted on the wall, can be on the floor. It can also be connected to a little indirect tank that replaces your water heater. We'll talk more about that later, but let's take a look at this EcoTech over here.
Sure.
This is basically the Evergreen younger brother, right?
Younger
same
brother,
technology,
yes, absolutely.
same efficiency, but it's not as heavy duty. I mean, it's a really good heavy duty boiler, but
Correct.
It's a more economical price point with the same features, right?
Right, it has a more compact heat exchanger, so it's not as robust as the Evergreen. It's a little bit more compact.
Got it. So the other one's probably more capable of taking a beating with the piping not being perfect. This one is really efficient, same technology, but designed to be a little bit more economical and for the right application.
Right.
But a
Absolutely.
great boiler, right?
Yes.
And when we take a look at the next section, this one is the one that can now work with your new heat pump, right?
That's correct. Yep. We have a heat pump that will connect to a boiler.
Well, let's take a look there. I guess you're showing me this too.
Yes.
So, Jim,
absolutely.
what we have here? So I see a couple of things. I see that's the EcoTech that we just took a look
Correct.
over there,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But next to it, I see something that most people probably haven't seen before. And we also see something that looks like has nothing to do with a boiler.
Correct. This is a condenser unit that sits outside.
It looks just like a Mitsubishi heat pump or air conditioner.
Absolutely.
So
then you have this box, which is the water to air side of the
yeah, so it's a heat pump configuration.
Correct.
So basically, if I'm not mistaken, this could be installed with or without the gas.
with or without the gas. Yes.
So for more modern homes that may have really modern piping or radiator and good insulation, you might be able to ditch the gas for those of you out there looking for a more eco-friendly solution.
Correct.
So you could just not install a boiler, just install a heat pump boiler.
Correct.
which is basically an air conditioner that produces heating. So correct me if I'm wrong, it's going to be
You're correct.
bringing the refrigerant, heating the water in this unit,
Right?
and then that's going to go to your radiators or basement just provide heat.
Correct. Yes, yes, sir.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really cool system.
And you could also link it at the same time with the boiler for dual fuel. Heat
Right,
will do
and
the
this would
heating in
be-
lighter loads, and then this takes over automatically.
Yes, sir. And it acts as a backup if it needs to bring in more heat.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a really interesting product. In fact, we're actually installing one in a couple of weeks. I think it's
That's
Probably the
unbelievable.
first one?
That's great.
One of the first
what
ones?
a great partner that we have here in the Chicago area. Installing all of our residential products and being able to install this with the efficiency.
one key important thing there is the quality of installation is and the design, and hiring someone that really knows what they're doing is going to matter a lot. Because the equipment's great, but if we don't pick the right selection, the right piping, they're probably not going to work.
The average person doesn't have
the knowledge or
the
the
knowledge.
skills.
So you have a great partner that does this and puts it in your home, and you get year over year.
That's awesome. I think we're Elite Gold, which is
You
one
are.
of the highest tiers.
Yeah, you're the highest tier in our contractor program and contractor locator. So you're one of our greatest partners in the Chicagoland area, and we're very lucky to have somebody qualified.
And what that really means to homeowners is we really know what we're doing.
Yes,
we,
sir.
we have the technical knowledge, we install it well.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Before we go, tell me a little bit about, this is the indirect tank I was talking about before. This basically replaces your traditional water heater.
Correct. It is. It basically ties to your boiler, and you get your boiler water circulates around it, and inside there's a coil that provides that transfer of heat, and then you get your domestic water. So during the winter months, you have basically free hot water because the boiler's already on. So
Yeah. And you also get a lot more, I think this is a 40 gallon, 35 gallon.
35
However, 35 gallon, when you have it connected to this boiler, like your regular residential 40 gallon water heater is going to be 35,000 BTU. So
Yes, sir.
here you're throwing 200,000 BTU. So you're going to basically get the water reheated instantly.
Absolutely.
These are extremely popular when we replace a boiler. And this works not only with this, but with a CGA, your basic boiler, your Evergreen, your Ecotech.
Every boiler.
We are, lots of time they call in, they have no heat, they want a new boiler, and we see the water heater is 10 years old. When we show them this, most people get really excited about that. That has a lifetime warranty. It's probably the last water heater they ever buy.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jim, for having us.
Thank you so
I
much for
appreciate it.
coming. I
And
really
thank you guys for watching. We'll take a look at some more really cool stuff. But this is again AHR Expo 2026. Leaving a comment, like the video, subscribe, and also if you are looking or interested for a product, please shoot us an email. We'll be happy to give you your options. We'll see you on the next one.